Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Sorry, I do not know what my hair is doing right now. Happy Thursday! It is Friday Eve. Woo! Friday Eve. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today for Things to Think on Thursday. It is Things to Think on Thursday, and normally I pull cards while I wait for people to come on, but as you can see, I I did not have very good time management this morning, but for a very good reason. I was dying to try my Lion chocolate macadamia nut coffee. It is my favorite. It's like my all-time favorite. So as you can see, I'm running a wee bit behind today. So all right, let's just do this. So I have the Kuan Yin transmission cards and these are just, this is not Oracle Friday. Not Oracle Friday in the least, but there are things I've been going through before I can get back to the self-awareness card, so I figured I'll go with it or go through it with you all. So maybe we can, feel this healing, if there's any healing that needs to be done, or get some messages that will help with healing. So again, this is not the Oracle cards. This is just kind of going with the flow and trying to figure out where I'm at and hopefully help someone along the way. So, this is all about understanding mental health and all that good stuff. And, it is mental health is not for the faint of heart. But I'm going to do the Heal Yourself reading cards. And like I said, there's a lot of times when I pull these that they actually benefit somebody else. So when I see it, it's teetering. There it is. There it is. I thought we'd have more. Oh wait, I usually shuffle 3 times, don't I? Let's see if we have any more. There was one I wanted to go through, but I don't know if that one... Oh, that's a good one. But I also want... So, okay, if you bear with me for a moment, because there is one I wanted to go through. And, patience. Yeah, patience. And it was really kind of hitting me sideways this morning. So, watch, it's going to be the very top card. Nope. Well, procrastination, pride. Yeah, that's a big one for me. I thought there was one in here. Oh, there it is. All right, I got it. I got it. We'll do that one first because it's going to lead into the second one that I pulled, which is actually pretty good. Self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. How often do we all, I talked about this yesterday where I'll get to this place where everything's going great and it's like, oh, this is so awesome. Good morning, baby sibling. Good morning, older sibling. Good morning, Caroline. Wow. Okay, so now I can see everybody. But like I said, this is not Oracle Friday, but I am pulling some cards that would probably be used in Oracle Friday just because I think it's good to kind of cover these, being it's Things to Think on Thursday. So yesterday during the perspective, I talked about how a lot of times we don't feel worthy, we don't feel like we deserve things, and when things are going great, we just kind of blow our own minds. And as for me, I tend to light a match and throw it on the fire, or I throw it onto the kindling, right? So I burn everything. And that was the metaphor for that, because I self-implode, or I self-sabotage. And then because I don't think I'm worthy. And I'm working on that. So, I really wanted to go through the healing cards this time because self-sabotage were such a big subject yesterday that I thought it would be a good idea to kind of roll through it and see if there's something we can do. Because a lot of people tend to self-sabotage and we don't even realize it. We just do it, because there may be a worthiness issue. There may be a I don't deserve to be happy issue. Or, maybe your happiness depends on other people. And so when you're not able to make other people happy, you're just kind of like, oh, that's why happiness has to come from within. Happiness has to come from within you. I have a quote in there that says so. In fact, I'm going to reread that today because I think it's so important to really kind of get down and dirty on that when it comes to happiness. Okay, I thought it was in this book, but I guess it's not. But, all right, well, it's probably on my computer somewhere, which I think is where I actually read it from on Monday. So I will post it in the comments, okay? But let's get to self-sabotage. So, become conscious of how your inner saboteur functions. You are about to sabotage a big opportunity. Now is the time to stop procrastinating and cease focusing your energy on why you are unworthy of wonderful, enriching experiences. When you connect to the saboteur archetype, you begin to recognize all the ways you pass up interesting opportunities and relationships which could make you grow, learn, evolve, and become fulfilled. The saboteur is terrified of change and guards your heart from that which is meaningful to you, with the misguided belief that if you don't try, you can't fail. It forgets that if you don't escape from your comfort zone, you cannot succeed and experience the love and joy which would fulfill you. On the lighter side, the saboteur can help you connect to your intuition and help you to listen to your deeper wisdom. It can assist you in deciphering a potentially dangerous situation from an exciting one. So that's using your spidey instincts, in my personal opinion. I don't think that has anything to do with self-sabotage, but hey, who am I to argue with the book? It's just my opinion. But all the other stuff, I see it. I mean, look at the picture, right? There's a person who just... there's a lot of people who would look at this picture and go, oh man, I want to blow that up and put it on my wall. Okay, fine. But for the rest of us, it's, the candle's blown out. There's 2 skeletons hanging around her. And that's the darkness inside. That's the stuff that creeps up on us and says, no, you don't deserve that. Or whispers in your ear, right? Because you notice there's one on each side of her. It whispers in your ear, no, you're not deserving of being happy. You're not worthy of being happy. And that's not true. We're all born with deserving to be happy. It's just over time, experiences or people that cause experiences may break that down and kind of, throw a cover over that so that we forget that we deserve to be happy and that we are worthy of happiness. So here are some things you can do. Taking action. Take a few deep breaths and become conscious of where in your body you feel like you are limiting yourself. Place your hands on that part of the body. Visualize your saboteur archetype. It may look similar to this card or like a shadow aspect of you. Ask this part of yourself to show you how you miss out on or sabotage your relationships, career, money, health, and any other aspects of your life where you are not fulfilled. Become aware of your patterns. Make a commitment to yourself to start focusing on your strengths rather than your weaknesses and welcome new experiences into your life. Now, a lot of times when we talk about the comfort zone, people are thinking like, oh, what is my comfort zone? Your comfort zone could simply be believing in yourself, knowing you're worthy of happiness, knowing that you're worthy of joy and all the wonderful things. I forgot about that part, and I'm glad I wasn't going to read the action, but I'm glad I did, because Carl Jung is like the father of shadow work. And I did a whole series of shadow work back at the end of 2021 and in the videos. And I always thought it was a metaphysical thing, go deep, go blah, blah, blah. Turns out it's a psychology thing. And Carl Jung really, it's kind of one of the things that broke him away from his mentor, Sigmund Freud. Because they both had a different, view on what to look into to help yourself to find your way through. But Carl Jung had different experiences, and he thought, you know what? I think we have to go deep. It's not always one person or this that happened to you or a mommy issue or whatever. It's not always a penis issue, okay? I mean, Freud, I was reading on Freud and it's like, wow, okay? But he is also, I believe, the father of psychology. So, but even if somebody invents something or somebody creates something and puts it on the market and puts it in a place where it can help people, there are going to be other people that will improve on it. There will be other people that add to those findings. And Carl Jung was one of them. And he's really become one of my favorites to read about and to study, because shadow work is one of the biggest things I did on my healing journey. And it hurt. It felt like this card. I mean, literally, it felt like I was walking with those 2 behind her. Just, hey, want to have some coffee? Oh, speaking of coffee, I got my chocolate macadamia nut coffee from Hawaii. Thank you, Cousin Jeannie. That's delightful. But it felt like walking with them. And I wasn't afraid of them, but I was afraid of what I might uncover. I was afraid of, what this journey was going to show me that I didn't want to remember, that I didn't want to think about anymore. But I realized that by pushing things down and not dealing with it head on, all I was doing was saving it for later, right? And, and then like you put something in the fridge, it spoils. But you have to go in there and throw it out, right? You have to face it. You can't just sit there and, let it just walk itself to the trash. No, you got to go in there and do it. And it could be gross, it could be icky, it could be, but we do it, you know? And that's what shadow work is. It's about going into that deepest, darkest part of ourselves and saying, what can I do to bring light to this area? All right. So self-sabotaging, don't be me, or don't be the old me. The new me just kind of doesn't do that anymore. I don't throw the match on a good thing and make it burn. So that's a proverbial match, guys. I do not burn things down. So I burn candles and incense. But all right, the reason I wanted to do that card first is because this one is a great one. Discover your life purpose. So there's a great quote that's in my journal that my cousin got me for my birthday, and I love it. It's and it may not fit everybody, but I really liked it. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. So the meaning of life is to find your gift, which is your purpose, and the purpose of life is to give it away. So it's not saying, find all this wonderful stuff and then you're not worthy of it, so give it away. No. Okay, so the best example I can give is this show. I know it's not for everybody. I know that on Fridays, everybody just kind of like, whew, I don't want to go for Oracle Friday because it's crazy and she's weird. Or sometimes they step into my metaphysical zone. But when we discover our purpose, we're meant to give it away. And it doesn't mean, like you've got all this money, so you have to give every penny away so that you go to heaven. No, what it's saying is, like I said with this show, I found that I have a gift of speech. Not just a gift of writing, but a gift of speech. And it's been hard for me to accept that maybe this is part of my purpose. But my purpose is healing. I want to do my best to add to this world whatever I can to help heal it, to help people heal. Because hurt people hurt people. And the less people that are hurt is less people hurting other people. Because sometimes a hurt person might hurt somebody and that person may already be hurting and now you just made it worse. And like I've said, I will be straight up. When I was in, for a long time, I had so much pain inside of me that it would just lash out. It was like some little tiny Indiana Jones would just fly out of me and whip people with this big ass whip. And that wasn't fair to them. And it wasn't fair to me either because I wasn't healing. And then I would just feel guilty for being an asshole. When I know in my heart I'm a good person. But that person wasn't me. That was the hurt person in me. And it just wanted other people to feel as crappy as I did because I didn't know how to feel better. Until somebody just said, stop. We're going to work on this. And we did. So, okay, I'm sorry. I can feel my head swimming. I don't normally drink caffeine. I know. Oh, this is my friend Charlie gave me this for my birthday. So, I love it. He said it was for my show. So I'm excited about that. But anyways, let's see if I can stay on track. But what I like about doing the self-sabotage card first and then going into discovering your life purpose is when we stop self-sabotaging ourselves, it opens the doorway for us to see what it is that we're good at. What it is that we can give to this world. I thought it was stupid that maybe my purpose was to do this show and to help people try to heal or to just give my own experiences so people know they're not alone. I always say this. I share my story to help other people heal theirs. Can you guys hear the wind? It is so loud. But, see, all the angels are flapping their wings going, come on, Shelly, you can do this. But, but anyways, so I thought doing the self-sabotage card first would be good because now we get to discover your life purpose. Baby sibling liked that quote. So I'm going to read it one more time because it really is a good quote. And it's from David Viscott. The meaning of... talking. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. It's to find what you're good at and to share it with the world. Now, you don't have to do it like I do it. Maybe you volunteer. Maybe you do something at work. Maybe someone's having a bad day and, you have a very nurturing personality. That could be your purpose. It's just to be there for the people around you. to give them a safe space to vent, to talk, to just have a shoulder to lean on without anybody saying another word. You know, I mean, that's one good thing. That's one of the things I love about therapy. I love talking to the people around me, but the people around me worry about me, and the people around me want to fix things, or they, you know, they feel bad because there's nothing they can do about it. Whereas when I go to therapy, I just, you know, I lay it all out there, and this is just a person who's paid to listen to me and ask me the right questions. Doesn't mean they don't care. Of course they care. That's why they're therapists, because they care. That's their purpose. They're good listeners. And so they put that to good use. They're giving that away. Yeah, you have to pay for it, but they're giving it to you. They're giving you a safe space, a person completely void of, and I don't have a problem with talking to anyone around me anymore. The reason I'm going back to therapy is because I'm stuck and I can't figure out why I'm stuck. And I figure they're going to ask me the right question, or they're going to just make me be very, very honest with myself, which when you know people, you're not always able to do that. I feel like it's going to be more shadow work. We're going to go all Jungian on myself when I go back to therapy. So anyways, discover your life purpose. Start asking yourself, what is the meaning of your life? What is the meaning of your life? As a soul who is having a physical experience, you are here to grow and learn. You are being asked to immerse yourself in this life by expanding, stretching, and understanding your reasons for being here. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following her or his destiny, or their, however you identify, or their destiny. Your guides, angels, and higher self are constantly communicating with you through signs, feelings, people, books, etc. I'd like to add, where did it go? Through signs, feelings, people, books, etc. I like to add movies and music. Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm tripping over my words because my mouth can't move as fast as my brain. so anyways, because of the caffeine, but it's so good. It is so worth it, you guys. But anyways, I'd like to add songs and movies to that, or TV shows. You know, there are a lot of TV shows where it's like, oh my God, where things they've said, it just hit me between the eyes. It's like, whoa, you know, so you don't discount something. Like maybe you're watching a comedy and something hits you between the eyes and you're like, whoa, okay. You know, I'm going to share something, and this may not hit everybody the right way, but I've talked about this before when the 50 Shades books first came out, right? Everyone's like, ooh, mommy porn. But for me, I connected with the character. You know, I connected with the character Christian Grey, not on his level and what he did, which to each their own, guys. You know, I mean, I'm sure we're all curious about that, but on the level of the abuse, you know, and like I said, I've been through trauma in my life that my parents never knew about, a lot of people never knew about, but it made me understand how you isolate, how you're angry, how you have so much pain, and he bottled up his pain. He found different outlets, but it really wasn't a different outlet. It was just another reason to be angry, but feel okay about it. And that wasn't the right way until somebody came along and showed him, hey, you know what? Your attitude, fuck you. All right, I'm out. So, and when that happened, suddenly he realized, oh, there are more important things in life. So see, books, signs, feelings, movies, TV shows, songs, a lot of them speak to us in ways that they don't speak to other people. So when that happens, listen to what it's trying to tell you. So follow your hunches. You are being given important guidance, which may show up via a strong feeling to travel somewhere, to speak to someone, attend a seminar, write, paint, etc. No matter how far-fetched your inner guidance is, you need to listen. Your soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that your mind doesn't understand, but that your soul needs to process to learn and grow. Some of these experiences will be enjoyable and heightened. Others will be challenging and cause you to struggle. But through them, you will know yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on what really makes your heart sing, and put your intensity of emotion into attracting what you desire. All right. So again, put your intensity of emotion into attracting what you desire. So ask questions such as, divine intelligence, whoever your higher power is, help me to understand what is occurring in my life and how it is serving my spirit. What is the next step for me? What is my mission here? When you are asking these questions, you need to give yourself some time and space to receive the answers. The answers may come from a book you read, a person you encounter, or your inner self. Keep a journal of your insights. I keep a journal anyway. But, you know, so it is windy. So if you are living in Southern California and it is windy by the time you watch this, or if you watch this later, or if the wind, there is a great kind of spiritual practice. Go outside and stand in the wind and just let it blow off all of the negative energy around you. You know, just kind of let it, it's like wind water, okay? It's like water where you're like, oh, I'm going to cleanse myself with water. But in this case, you're cleansing yourself with the wind, you know? And if you're one of these people, it's like, oh, I got to make, my hair is going to, you know what? Just go out there, let the wind blow through your hair. You're going to find it is so relaxing. Why do you think I didn't do my hair today? Because the minute I'm done with this show, it's coming down and I'm going outside and I'm probably going to look like a clown by the time I'm done. But I don't care. I don't care because it's exciting and I love the wind. So I'm going to do the mindful messages. Whoops. Wow. Okay. I have to show you this. This is crazy. Look how that landed, right? I mean, that's craziness right there. It is literally just landed right on my computer. And I think it's going to go good with life purpose, infinite creativity. So, all right, let me see what else we got here. Come on. All right, there's another one. One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Wait. Oh, okay, I ain't doing that many cards. That's a lot. Oh, all right, there it is. There it was. All right, we got a few here, so I think we'll do these and then I'll be out. So I'm going to shuffle these so they come up in a different order just in case, because I don't know how many orders, but all right, let's see what the first message is. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We're each on our own journey and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. So I talked about this again with the happiness quote, and I'll try to find it and put it in the oh wait, no, I think it's in my journal. Yep, first page. I know this, you know what, this quote has been read every single day this week. So it is a journey. No one is ahead of you or behind you. You are not more advanced or less enlightened. You are exactly where you need to be. It's not a contest, it's life. We are all teachers and we are all students. Unknown. So that's your personal journey. You know, what other people think about you is none of your business. You know, some people don't like the fact that I swear on my show, or I don't know if they don't like it, but they comment on it. Oh, you sure you drop a lot of F-bombs. That's just me. When I get excited about something, sometimes like, oh my God, you know, and sometimes I don't. I mean, sometimes my nephews or nieces will be on. It's like, ooh. And I tighten up, I batten down the sweary hatches. But that's only when they know they're on. So, but come on, seriously, this is reality. I learned to swear in school. I learned to swear in grades or in Catholic school. I never did it, but that's where you hear it the most. So, and then in high school, but I really didn't become a swearer till my 30s. And it was so freeing. It was so freeing. And, you know, I watch my language when necessary, or when necessary. It usually comes out around people that I'm closest to. And I feel bad because I think it curdles their ears, but, you know, they get used to it. But it's me. It's my personal journey. And that's not just my personal journey. We're all on our own journey. You know, there was a time when, I mentioned this the other day, when I turned 50 a couple weeks ago, I had a very brief moment of feeling like I just did absolutely nothing with my life. Like, here I am, you know, 50 years down, you know, half a century years old. Wow. And I'm thinking, my family members have done, my cousins have done so much more than I ever did. You know, some of them have gone off, got married, had families, careers and families. And here I am just kind of like a leaf in the wind, blowing all over the place and unable to really kind of find my footing. But then I thought, you know what? I didn't realize how many people, like I said, watch this show when it's not live, like later on during the day. And even if it's just the people on my Facebook, they have convinced me to keep doing this. They have convinced me that this is a good idea, that they get a lot out of it, and it really kind of helps. One person told me over the weekend at one of my birthday celebrations, I can't go a day without seeing this show because it gets, it's my message for the day. And that made me feel really good because I didn't know all this. And a lot of times we don't. That's why when we're true and we're honest to our personal journey, we're putting out there something that we may not see, the growth on, but it's out there and it's helping people and they're passing it on to other people. So it's not about getting credit for our messages. It's about putting that message out there and making sure it stays out there to help people heal, to help people find their way. Because that's what's important. Healing is important. I don't want to make everybody in the world exactly the same. But I want people to be able to talk to each other without fighting each other or shooting each other. Without being so angry that, like we had a road rage incident last week where some guy cut some guy off and the guy probably gave him the finger and the other guy slowed down and shot into the car and missed the driver, but got the guy's wife. Fortunately, she's okay. But still, how stupid is that? Why? I mean, people fighting over all the dumbest things. And it's like, I get made fun of for my journey. I get made fun of for trying to put, positivity into this world. But I don't fucking care anymore. Because that is my purpose. My purpose is to do my best to try to heal this world in the only way I know how. And that's through speech, and that's through sharing my own experiences, my own stories, or giving my thoughts on things, or tapping in to, the other side. And, I know it gets a little, you're like, oh, there she goes. No, you know what? I work with Archangel Gabriel. He's non-denominational. You don't have to be religious to believe in angels. People will tell you do, but you don't. But they're spirit guides, right? People talk about spirit guides. People talk about guardian angels. People talk about being guided by somebody. Well, they tap in and they give me messages. And sometimes when I listen closely and I know because I feel like I'm kind of zoning out and this message just comes out of me and it's like, oh, I better go back and watch that because I think somebody's really trying to tell me something. It's something I also need to hear. But it's important for us to see that. It's important for us to listen to these things, to really kind of understand and break in to what, our own purpose and journeys are. So, infinite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. Sit down with yourself, journal, sketch, do whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you were told, oh, well, you have to be this in life, so you can't do that in life. You know what? Do it on the side. See what happens. See what happens when we are creative. We can create beautiful things. It doesn't mean you have to give up your career. You can do it as a hobby on the side and see what happens, right? I mean, how many times have we seen people do that where it's like, oh, well, I started out over here and I ended up over here? Because they trusted their journey, because they trusted their mind to have that infinite creativity, and that's what's important, is to really kind of tap into ourselves. That's part of your personal journey. That is part of your personal journey. So, you know what? I'm going to keep these cards out, kind of like I do on Oracle Friday with the first 5 cards that I pull. So, all right, the next one. Water my dreams. All I desire is on its way to me, but like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I will be patient throughout this journey. It is all unfolding at the perfect time. Well, let's talk about timing, right? I hear that a lot. Their timing. And there being the veil, right? The other side of the veil, their timing. Fuck their timing, all right? Because I'm telling you, their time is a lot slower than our time, all right? Over on the other side, everything moves at a different pace. I mean, it moves like, it would move here, but their time is way different. Their time is way different than ours. So just do your best to be patient, okay? If there is something that you kind of want, don't just say in my lifetime, because it could be the day before you die. Just say, ASAP, human time, people, human time, earth time. So, I know, I kind of stepped out of the box there, but it's true. You're just kind of like, can you please? Earth time, Shelley Marie time. But while you're doing that, excuse my nails, you also have to remember to water your dreams. And watering your dreams is exactly like it says, belief and determination. You have to have faith in whatever it is that you want to happen, and also ask them for this or something better. Because what you think may be yours in life may not be it. It may be something adjacent to it, or maybe something completely independent of it. But when you sit there and you say this or something better, you are giving your higher whatevers the wiggle room that they need to bring to you what is meant for you. All right. And trust me when I say that even if it's not exactly what you asked for, when you say this or something better, it's going to be the thing that brings you the most joy. It may not seem like it, but it will. It will bring you the most joy. And if you're asking about relationships, you kind of gotta, because people have, personal will, or what's the word again? Well, it's hard. You can't manipulate people. All right. So be careful when you try to ask for that. But, just say this or something better. If you say this or something better, they'll bring to you who is meant for you. All right. And keep your mind open. Keep your mind open to anything. So, all right. So there you go. Water your dreams. Believe. Have faith. Trust in it. The next one, unique lives. I respect everyone's individual decisions and way of life. We are each on our own unique journeys, and my way isn't the only way. My job is not to change others, but to simply love them. I agree. Free will. Thank you, older sibling. Humans have free will. So, sorry, kids. I know. But that's why I said this or something better, and they will bring you exactly what it is meant to be yours. All right. So, but here we go. We're on to unique lives. Social media would be such a more beautiful place if people would just allow each other opinions. I know there are some opinions that are so out there, they give me a headache. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? Because you have the facts. You know that you know one thing and somebody has told them a distorted view. But remember, sometimes when someone over there is saying one thing, someone over here may be having the distorted facts. See, I sit so close to the middle of everything that I do my own research before I comment. I Google the hell out of everything. Try to look at both sides. Because when we look at both sides, sometimes right in there, and you could read two different articles, but you'll find something that hits on exactly the same as the other one. And you're, oh, that must be where the truth is. And sometimes we just use our spidey instincts. But the truth is, people have their own opinion. And an opinion does not make you right. It just means it is your thoughts. It is your opinion. Okay? But I see this a lot in social media where, people do not respect. So this card says unique lives. I respect everyone's individual decisions and way of life. We are each on our own unique journeys, and my way isn't the only way. My job is to not change others, but to simply love them. I am pretty sure somewhere in the Bible, Jesus said something about loving your enemies. And that is the hardest thing we can ever do, because people will sit there and rake you over the coals. I was actually kind of proud of the Pope Francis, who really kind of told people, you know what, we got to stop criminalizing gay people. And I agree. I see a lot of nasty stuff on social media where you're just like, and people criminalizing people saying, oh, they're bad for, our children, they're this, that, and the other. And it's like, but do you know them? Have you ever seen them in action? There are people, I was hurt by somebody who was religious at one point, and kind of a cultish religion, but still, and oh, there you go. So older sibling says, love your enemies as thyself. Isn't that a commandment? I know. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've been Catholic, in Catholic school, that I just can't remember all this stuff. But she's right. Love your enemies as thyself. Which actually would not be Jesus. That would be in the... If it is a commandment, that's in the Old Testament. I know that much. So anyways, but my point is that there are going to be times when people really are so far in one direction that you're just like, how can you be so hateful and spiteful? How can you want to hurt people? How can you want like this one type of order of people, one color. It's like, come on. And then you go to church on Sunday? What the fuck? Seriously? I'm not putting down church. I'm not, because there are a lot of wonderful churches. My cousin Jeannie goes to a great church. You know, we're open, accepting. But there's a lot of churches that aren't. I grew up in a church that was not. But the Pope is trying to change that now. Thank goodness. I mean, I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore, but I was raised Catholic, so it's always going to be a part of my DNA. You know, and I think in a small way it keeps me close to my mom as well, because she was. But how can we condemn people in the name of God and then go to church and say stuff like, love one another as, you know, you would love yourself. Be kind to your neighbor. Don't judge. You know? I don't get it. Because to me, that's not how God is. That's how the Bible says he is. But, and I got my own views on that. But to me, the God I turn my focus to is all-encompassing, all-loving. Just like Pope Francis said in his quote, God loves all his children. And I like that, because that's the truth. God loves all his children. And, you know, if you believe in God, which I do, like I said, I have a very big spiritual table. My table is big. You know, like different deities for different things. But God is kind of the head of the table, because that's who I'm familiar with. That's my comfort zone. And it's not that I expect the other ones to let me down, because they don't. They're there when I need them at the time that I need them. And for whatever purpose. And I pay homage to them. But God is kind of the all-around, you know, percentage of the majority of head of most religions. And people go to war over these things. You know, some people go over to war. I mean, God, the Crusades were basically the same God, right? Except different prophets, different stuff like that. And I don't mean to go into a religious aspect of this, but it's the truth. We judge each other. And, you know, we sit there and tell you, well, you need to not do this. You need to not do that. And yet people will be so angry and so mean and so spiteful and hateful. And then they go to church that Sunday and act like, you know, they're in the right, that they're perfect. I think God's going to have some words for them when they get to the other side. Seriously. Truthfully. And it's not my place to say, but that's just my opinion. Because I think we all should be all-encompassing and all-loving. And like I said, I don't expect everyone to be exactly the same. Diversity is what makes it exciting, what makes this world what it is. But we should be able to have a conversation without people wanting to kill each other, without people wanting to beat each other up. We should be more respectful to people. We should be more polite to people. We should be more accepting and understanding of certain people's situations. We should understand that, you know, even as, you know, new things come to light about some of the ways that we've treated people over hundreds of years, we have to be, a lot of people don't want to really kind of get into that because they don't want to feel guilty. But you didn't do it. But we can change it. We may not be the ones that started this, but we can be the ones that end it and change it. And change it for the better. To change it for everybody to be included. For everyone to be encompassed in this earthly love. Can you hear George? George is announcing himself. And George is making a special guest appearance on the show. So, yeah, that's that poor boy. He's the only boy in this house. Older sibling and I. Yeah, you know, the girls outnumber the one boy in this house. But yeah, I think we have to really kind of appreciate everybody's unique lives. And just be accepting of one another. So, I'm actually going to stop there. Because I think that's a really good place to really kind of just give people something to lean on, something to think about for today, you know, and really kind of zero in and focus on, because we spend far too much time hating one another. We spend far too much time being mean to one another. And why? You know, it's like I told you, there was that project. God, I wish I could remember what it was called. That a sibling and I saw in 60 Minutes, where this guy started this project and he puts people from two different political parties at a table. You can talk about anything, but you cannot talk about religion. and you cannot talk about politics. And there were people that come in and they're just like, oh, and I mean far over here and far over here. Yeah, so far off you can't even see them on the screen anymore. And he puts them together, and by the end, they're laughing, they're chuckling, and they're realizing, and when they interviewed two women who are very politically opposite. And the woman says, you know, if I were just out on the street, I would have looked at her and thought, whatever. But she's all sitting here. I realize she's a mom like me. She's a career woman like me. She's a wife like me. You know, her kids are about the same age as mine. We talked about, you know, oh God, our kids and blah, blah, blah. And she says, I really started to understand how different we portray people to be. When honestly, the only thing that separates us is politics. When I was growing up, religion and politics were never allowed at the table. Ever. Because my father is an agnostic / atheist, again, on whatever day. And my mother was Catholic. But that's why I was raised to kind of think outside the box. Not just to think religion, but to question things. You know, the Bible talks about all these things, but what was happening in the other parts of the world? You know, what was happening in the Mideast? What was happening in Asia? What was happening in Russia? What was happening in Europe? You know, what was happening over in the United States? In the United States, it wasn't the United States, obviously, right? But all these people were crossing over the Bering Strait and moving their way down through the Americas, what would become known as the Americas, all the way down into, you know, South America. Which begs a question. All right, this is totally nothing to do with all this stuff. Why do we call it Columbus Day when America, all the Americas, are basically named after Amerigo Vespucci? Right? I'm pretty sure that's where Amerigo, comes from. Well, why is it Columbus Day? I know it's Indigenous People Day here now, but which is fine by me. I mean, most people don't care. They're just like, oh, it's a day off if you're a federal worker. But that's my question. I mean, come on. Columbus accidentally bumped into South America. He got lost. How do you fucking name a day after somebody who got, you know, directionally challenged? That's my soapbox moment. That is my soapbox moment. I just don't understand that. Okay? I do not understand that. He was so far off from where he was trying to be, but boom, it's Columbus Day. Fuck that. Okay? Give it to the other Italian guy. Give it to Amerigo. You know? I mean, as far as I know, the Vikings actually landed here, well, after the Native Americans, of course. Well, actually, you know what? Canada calls them First Nation, which I think is actually more appropriate. First Nation, because no one's really native to this land. Everybody crossed over and spread out and made their ways. You know? But that's something to think on, right? But I actually think the Vikings got here first. So anyways, I'm going in 5 different directions. I have kitties roaming all over my room. I just heard one jump on the bed. Hello, Pixel. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But anyways, yeah. Think about that, all right? Unique lives. Unique lives. Everybody is important. Everybody is worthy of being here. You do not get to decide what color gets to run the world. You do not get to decide who runs the world. We're all going to have opinions. We're all going to have a difference of opinions. We're all never going to be on the same page at the same time. Again, that would make the world boring. But we should learn how to embrace diversity. We should learn how to embrace people and their opinions and their thoughts. We shouldn't put down the people who are trying to spread positivity in this world to heal this, you know, right now there's a big band-aid on this world because it's broken. It's so broken. And I think what we're just trying to do is put some Neosporin on it. You know, heal the wound. There's still going to be a scar there, yeah. But heal the wound. Show each other that we can have spirited conversations or spirited debates without fighting, without, you know, trying to feel like we're not heard. And I think that's where a lot of it comes from. I think a lot of times people get angry because they don't feel heard. And I think that's because of the way we get a little bit animated when we start to talk. That has happened to me, and I've done it to people. It's like, well, you're not fucking listening to me, and blah, blah, and all of a sudden it goes from having a spirited debate to, well, I'm right and you're not. And then everybody gets mad. Right? because we're hurting inside. We're feeling, maybe it's a trigger. Maybe you didn't feel seen enough growing up, or maybe you felt overseen growing up and you need all the attention now. Whatever way, however it lands. All right, however it lands. But the point is that when we're having a debate with somebody, especially in politics or religion, we may not always jive the same. And you can do two things. You can continue with a spirited debate without being angry and just kind of sharing facts and everything. Because sometimes when you do it and you're calm, you both learn something. Both. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. But you both learn something. Or maybe sometimes they are wrong, and maybe what you're learning is how to discern whether this is the time to fight with someone and say, no, these are the facts. It's right here in black and white. Or without having to be right all the time, you can just say, well, maybe we should just agree to disagree. Because you think one way, I think another, and we're not getting anywhere. Because you cannot change somebody's opinion. You can plant seeds and maybe water them from time to time, but you cannot sit there and try to change somebody's mind in a moment. Sometimes it might work. On that very rare occasion, they'll be like, oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. But when we start to fight, nobody's listening anymore. We have literally, when people start to fight over conversations, you have literally gone from, let's have a spirited debate, to how low below the belt can I punch you to hurt you? And all rational behavior has gone out the window at that point. So that's something to think on. All right. Things to think on Thursday, right? That's something to think on. Let's give each other space to believe what we want to believe. I noticed when I finished up my healing journey that a lot of my thoughts and a lot of my anger was gone, and I wasn't looking for things to just kind of stoke the fire anymore. I thought, well, but there's still those moments when you get caught up. I'm not perfect. I'm fucking far from perfect. But I have learned more to either find patience or to just say, you know what, let's agree to disagree, because it's not worth fighting. Or sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, when they say, well, why are you walking away? I'll get up and say, I have to walk away right now before I say something I don't mean. And sometimes that might make them mad. Like, well, you're just a chicken. You're a cow. No. It's like, because I don't want this to keep going. But you notice, even though you're kind of taking, you're taking fire now, the words that hurt, when you come back within 10 to 15 minutes, everything's calm, and it, walking away may have hurt, but it was probably the best thing to do. But don't just get up and walk away. Just let them know. Because, you don't want someone to think, oh, you're just walking away and blah, blah, blah. No, you just say, you know what, I'm going to walk away because I don't want to say something I don't mean. And this needs to don't say calm down, because, I'm a woman, and telling me to calm down. So, just calm down. I'm telling you, the only person in my entire life that's ever been able to tell me to calm down is older sibling. That's right. And it's just like, okay. But she rarely ever gets mad. So, she's got pretty good control over her anger. Her anger. I don't think she has an anger gene in her body. But anyways, I'm rambling, and I'm rambling because I have caffeine inside of me. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Tomorrow is Aloha Oracle. So if you'd like to join for that, great. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Facebook Live. All lives are public under Shelley Marie Lucas. Or you can catch the replay on YouTube or my Facebook page, or both, where you can both like each one or subscribe under the Aloha Perspective on YouTube, or again, like I said, my Facebook page. But if you're not into the Oracle things, sometimes just come on for fun and see what happens. Remember, signs come from everywhere. I don't do the devil's work, or the devil's work. Some people don't believe in the devil, so that's a religion thing. But I don't work from a bad place. I work from a good place. I work from a place of love and light. And sometimes the messages are a little rough, and they may not be what you want to hear, but you never know. You never know where your answers are going to come from. So if you're daring, and it's not normally your thing, pop on. Just check it out, okay? I start with the Angel Answers deck. So there you go. I mean, there's a tiny aspect of religion in it, but like I said, angels are non-denominational, so you know, but yeah, but if not, Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, same stuff, same spiel, and I'll be here. We'll see. Maybe my brain will fix itself over the weekend and I can get back into the vortex cards, right? That'll be fun. So, again, have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you Monday. If I will not see you till Monday, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will talk to everybody whenever you tune in. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.